Your face and gift will open a door, but your character will keep it opened. Cynthia is a beautiful lady with a beautiful body and face. She found her Prince Charm during her final year in school. The chemistry between Cynthia and her Tony was good. He always showed her affection, which was acts of service. He would go to her house and help her do some chores despite how busy he was, and this made Cynthia fall head over heels in love with him. He proposed and she said yes, like she said that day was the best day of my life. 6 months after the wedding, Cynthia started noticing some changes. Tony stopped everything he used to do because there were other things to focus on now. There were more bills to pay and he has to take a second job. Cynthia became very sad and her love bank started draining fast. One day, Cynthia went to the mall and met a young guy who found her attractive. She told him she was married and she needed no company, but he said he meant no harm. He just wanted to be a friend. She obliged, and calls after calls, texts after texts. The man found out Cynthia's love language was acts of service. He started speaking it. He would help her with all chores, spend time with her, help her with laundry and other things. Within a short time, Cynthia started loving this guy and feels unhappy every time she sees her husband. She was beginning to regret marrying Tony, and one day Mr. Stranger came around and she fell into her arms. Trying to comfort her, he started kissing her and she responded passionately, but she came to her senses quickly. She realized she was already cheating on her husband and this is against her values. She stopped and told him she was sorry and she doesn't need him to come around anymore. The stranger was heartbroken, but he respected her decision. She opened up to her husband and he apologized for neglecting her. Although he was sad she entertained Mr. Stranger in the first place, but he was thankful his wife was snatched away due to his neglect. Cynthia came to me for counseling and I told her how wise she was to have stopped the intimacy with Mr. Stranger from going beyond where it got to. Here are the moral lessons to learn from this story. 1. Don't stop speaking your spouse's love language. It could be words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, giving gifts, and touch. If it worked for you before marriage, keeping making it work. 2. Don't bottle your emotions, how you feel. Communicate it with your spouse, let it be visual and spoken with respect, of course. 3. Define your boundaries with an opposite sex. Your spouse should be your best friend. Cheating doesn't start when you have sex with someone outside marriage. It begins when you start texting or calling and sharing information your spouse must not see. 4. When you feel helpless, speak to someone who is experienced and godly. Have mentors, people who are succeeding in their marriage. People you admire. If it's working for them, it can also work for you too. Nobody succeeds alone. Follow me for more stories. I am Bukola Ali, your relationship coach.